Welcome to What's the Score from the Blue Room. Bit of a weird edition this one because we're kind of in between 2 games last week and this week. 1 game this weekend. So obviously we're talking about Leicester away, Liverpool away, and we've got Chelsea coming up.
Please go back to Leicester. I'm going to revisit them all. Yeah.
What order we're going to talk in a minute. We may as well go chronological, quickly.
And the manager could get sacked as we're doing this video.
And yeah, as we speak, we've had that horrific defeat last night, obviously, and Marco Silva's still in a job. Apparently everyone's being held in Finch Farm hostage, I think, all chained to the radiators. So who knows what's going to happen.
You reckon he's going to be the first to kick off out of the players there? Like, come on, want to get home now.
Tom Davis has got to get the quarter. He's meeting some bird down the quarter at like 7 o'clock.
They'll be on the Snapchat.
He's livid.
Still, yeah. Oh my God.
Not going to believe
boss
this.
Is talking to us again. He's holding 3 envelopes up saying someone's going to let us down at some point. Yeah, gone full Brendan.
Farhad's dressed as Bane.
Yeah. Me and Les haven't just lost our teeth, by the way. It's just the lighting up here.
Yeah, it's the lighting which makes us look slightly zombie-ish.
Yeah. We didn't just like start chewing our pipe after the loss last night.
we're in Leaf on Bold Street upstairs.
Yeah.
By the way, it's very nice.
What's celebrating behind us here? It's a bit phallic, that object behind us. Actually,
it does, doesn't it?
Guitar, I think.
Yeah.
It's a guitar.
It's going horribly wrong already. So we'll quickly.
Could it get any worse?
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
We'll quickly. Yeah, we'll move on to Everton getting dicked at Anfield last night. We quickly brush over Leicester. We kind of expected it. I think everyone, as soon as it went to 1-1, I think we thought, we're getting beat 2-1 late on.
Yeah. Just when we were watching it, the silence when that second goal went in was just.
Yeah, there was no anger, was there? It was just like.
It was a bit of. It was like, oh well, yeah, this is what happens to Everton, unfortunately. I think we played okay. I think a draw probably would have been fair. I don't think we deserved to win the game. I don't think it was like. I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, we were so unlucky in that match" and all that kind of thing. I wouldn't buy into that. I think they would. I think if any team deserved to win, it was probably them, not the two, really. But it's always going to lose in that fashion, especially. But I mean, the bigger concerns and the match with the more long-term ramifications will be what happened at Anfield.
Yeah,
I think just the way in which they played that day was horrendous. I'm sure we'll get into it, but still sat here now, and I think we've often said on our shows, we shrug our shoulders and go, we're very apathetic about all this, but. On the post-match show last night, Rob Villa was absolutely right. He said, not apathetic anymore, I am scared.
Yeah.
I am scared about this team. We are in the bottom 3 and we've got awful fixtures coming up as well, so I'm getting a bit terrified.
Yeah, well, I think it was the manner of that first half an hour for me, because I thought we did well at last. I thought that team played well, and I said on What's the Score before the derby, I said keep the same team. I think they've earned the right to have another go at it.
Yeah.
But they were awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely dreadful. I mean, how a 5-man defence can get the ball played through it and over it that easily. I mean, I think I said to someone last night, we made Divock Origi and Dejan Lovren look like Ronald Koeman and Marco van Basten there, didn't we?
Yeah.
At times it was just like
the whole way in which they approached the game was just. It was just a total lack of, probably respect's the right word, total lack of respect for us, and not in terms of them being, arrogant bellends like they can be sometimes, just from an Italian footballing point of view.
Oh God, yeah.
Klopp hasn't looked at that and the games they've got coming up. He's probably looked at these games they've had over the last. Everyone's got 3 games in a week, haven't they? They've looked at Brighton at home, looked at Everton at home, and they've looked at the Bournemouth away game they've got this weekend, and he's probably thought they can play full strength team on Saturday against Brighton, and then I've got to make a decision on players to rest in the next 2 games. What's going to be a hard football match for my team? Is it going to be Bournemouth away, or is it going to be Everton at home? And you look at Everton's record in this fixture, you look at the way they're playing, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. And then you're right about the long balls. That in itself it was almost as if to say these can't even deal with our most basic style of football, because they are capable of playing spellbinding football.
Yeah.
And there were moments in those goals which were high class because they have got high class players. But the origin of them getting into those good positions to be able to create good chances was just so basic. You're right. I think even in the second half, when Mane goes through a couple more times, it should score.
Yeah.
There are long balls forward, and I think I tweeted at some point during the game going, Everton have got 3 centre backs on the pitch here, and it looks like they've got barely one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous, and Ali McCoy saying Everton deserve credit for the way he played in that first half time. Nearly finished me off completely.
I think when he said Allardyce deserves credit for the job he did, I think that did finish me off. Foot through the telly moments.
This is a total side point, but how narrow-minded are people who talk about football in those positions, you know? Why does it always have to be, well, look at the previous manager and why didn't we go back to him? Or, you know, we'll be doing the same thing potentially with David Moyes in about 10 minutes. But,
when the news comes through.
You know, why? I think that's probably gripped our club more than any. You know, I don't want to go too far away from the match because, you know, I'm sure you want to talk about it, but, you know, we have been so narrow-minded in the way in which we've gone about this over the last few years. It's very, very worrying.
Yeah, the whole club is just gripped with a sort of inertia, I think now, and
it's a great way to describe it.
No one really knows what to do or how to deal with it. We seem to have, if you believe what's being said, we seem to have 3 decision makers who are very, very different people and have got very, very different interests in the club and, I don't know, very different views on football and the club and everything.
Yeah.
And quite how they can be battling to make the next appointment is just beyond me, and while that goes on, we're goosed really.
Ken, that's what's going on at Finch Farm now, just having a big scrap to the death.
I reckon they're just playing rock, paper, scissors and they just cannot beat each other.
Yeah, the last one standing wins.
Yeah, maybe they're all going to get...
Jibril Sadibi's going to decide the next manager because he won rock, paper, scissors.
Do you know what, it probably couldn't get any worse, could it?
Yeah.
So,
well, God, he was bad in last night though.
He was awful, he was really bad.
You know, not the only one in that regard. But
no, it's difficult to put your finger on just how we made such a mess of it, but we actually could have got something out of it, potentially. I mean, you know, they could have stepped it up, and they seem capable at any time of stepping it up, but I think one thing I do want to talk about, and because it pissed me off more than potentially the performance, is the referees again.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that Alexander-Arnold should have been sent off, if not for the stamp, for 2 yellow cards, because he could have had 3.
Yeah.
And sorry, an elbow in the head, it's just banter.
But
then you got Van Dijk's foul on Calvert-Lewin, and the thing that struck me is, did any of these decisions go to VAR? Because they were decided very, very quickly, in the same manner these VAR decisions at Anfield against Man City seem to be decided very, very quickly. And you know what I mean? I don't want to say it's a conspiracy, but surely they can't just be that inept that they miss 5 massive decisions in a game. Now, I heard last night on Radio 5, someone said Everton could have had a penalty at 2-1 to make it 2-2, and the sort of attitude seemed to be, well, they might have scored it, but they still got beat.
Yeah.
It's like, is that the point we're at now, where we might as well just like look at the 2 teams before the game and say, tell you what, you have the 3 points because you're shit.
It was, they were poor decisions. Like Alexander-Arnold was very lucky.
Very lucky.
Thought. You know, there's a little stamp, isn't there, he does on somebody. There's the high tackle on somebody.
Well, you got booked for that,
on Duka Dean, and then there's the blatant handball he does in the second half. I don't know, I find it hard to get to. They were awful, and when Martin Axon's VAR, you know it's going to be awful. But it's, I don't know. Like even when we scored to go 2-1 up, it was just like 2-1. Get back to 2-1. I was just like. Yeah, and it was like, you know, if you get a 2-2 at that point, you know, they can get nervous, but we're looking at a situation there, I think, where they did take the foot off the gas a lot in the second half, and Mohamed Salah doesn't even need to get on the pitch. Yeah,
but it's just like, if we're not getting those decisions, we've literally got no chance.
Yeah,
and there's no point.
Yeah,
because
we all know we know VAR's terrible.
The other way round, and you know, they would have got those decisions.
Of course, yeah. You know, that's cop end for them. It is given. It's a poor decision. It's the Van Dijk one in particular. You're right. It's just no attempt to play the ball. Knocks him off balance while he's having the shot. And I saw people slagging off Dominic Calvert-Lewin for that. And while he had a poor game, you know, he's just someone barged into the back of him. He's having a shot. You know, what more can the lad do? But yeah, the refereeing was shit. It's been shit for us all season, but I think for me, I know what you're saying. I'm gonna say what you were annoyed about, but I still reckon they would have.
They would have
put the foot down at some point.
They would have done, but for me, it's not really the point. But I suppose the bigger concern for us is the fact that they could do that, and we didn't offer any resistance and not even any fight. Because in that situation, I mean, I know it's a bit of an all-ass thing to do, but you do want to see your players getting annoyed.
Yeah.
If you're getting battered by your rival or getting battered by anyone, I want to see players getting angry and maybe lashing out a bit and leaving the foot in.
Richarlison was the only one, wasn't he? We got stuck into who was it? Who he was face to face with at one point? It looked, I think it was Alexander Arnold, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Davis had a couple of times, but just thinking, do you know what game this reminded me of? It was early in Koeman's season when he got sacked, and we got beat 4-0 by United at Old Trafford.
Oh, yeah.
I remember a lot of people coming away from that game were saying Everton were quite unlucky there.
Yeah, because we won 1-0 till about 80 minutes, wasn't
yeah,
it?
and they scored late on, but I remember coming away from that game thinking United have basically done what they wanted in that game because they held us at arm's length. It was Mourinho's side, and late in the game when they needed to step it up, they stepped it up. And I think it was a bit like that last night. You know, I never really felt at any points that Everton were going to be in the game or they were in the game. You know, when Richarlison scores to make it 4-2, he's pissed off.
Yeah.
He's pissed off at people like defending it. You know, still earlier in the game, it always felt as though, you know, they basically have their little moment, don't they, where they go 4-1 up. They have the players who've come into the team scoring goals.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy about how they're playing, and it's very much a case of, well, this is the job done now, lads. We've got a big schedule ahead. Let's just conserve a bit of energy, and we'll just score a goal at the end, actually, for a bit of fun as well. Because they could have scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could have done.
So yeah, very disappointing from our point of view. They just, for me, just felt like they were holding us at arm's length, mate, and that is very sad.
Were you surprised by Marco Silva's substitution after half an hour? Not the fact that it was the substitution that he made, the fact that he made it so early, because it was very unlike him, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has he ever made the substitution in the first half?
I don't think so. I think it could have come a bit earlier.
Yeah, well, it could have done, but it just surprised me that he did that, and then he brought Keane after about an hour, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he came on for Don, didn't he?
Yeah, so it seems to me like he's suddenly making these bold decisions because the pressure's off. It's like, well, shit or bust here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got nothing to lose, which I find really odd.
Yeah, we did go ultra attacking a bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't know, the subs, I think he could have maybe could have either brought him off earlier because he was having a shocking game, or he could have tweaked the system a little bit to maybe just, he could have put Holgate at right back and said Sidibe just played right mid for a bit,
yeah.
and you know get your shape back, because I think it was Iwobi who was playing ahead of Sidibe, and he naturally just goes all over the place anyway, and offered him no protection whatsoever. The lad was awful, Sidibe, don't get me wrong, but I think that the substitution, yeah, it could have been made earlier for me, because Sidibe was just getting rinsed constantly by Mane, wasn't he?
Yeah. And what do we do with Sigurdsson? Turn him into glue.
Oh my God. I mean,
that's that.
It's just...
So he didn't touch the ball for 20 minutes, wasn't it?
It's hard.
12 minutes or something.
17
minutes. Jesus.
17 minutes.
How can you be in central midfield and not touch the
ball? In a derby game, and you're the captain, and you're playing centre mid, yeah.
That's terrifying.
It's staggering, mate. It's absolutely staggering. And, you know, people have accused him of being invisible so often in the past, and, you know, some might say it's harsh and all that kind of thing, but that is very spineless, that, isn't it?
It's unforgivable, really, because
it's not like even make a tackle or nick the ball back off somebody or not to complete a pass when you're a central midfielder in a Premier League football match.
Yeah.
I mean, that can't have happened often, that, in any Premier League. I mean, it was match cheating, wasn't it, from Sky?
Yeah.
Obviously does our stats pack show, who had the numbers. I'd be interested to ask him, has this ever happened before, where a central midfielder's gone that long without touching a football?
It's bizarre. And it just sort of encapsulates everything that seems to be wrong with this team now. Nobody is performing, and there's still no word on Marco Silva, is there?
I think so, mate.
They're still being held hostage in Finch Farm.
I mean, we'll be I suppose by the time this video goes out, it could be old news. But
the time it takes me to upload it,
we'll be red.
But yeah, that's the thing. There's still no news from the club. It's like, how can they drag this out so long? It's like they can't even do a sacking right anymore. They can't do anything.
It's a this whole situation is a shambles, isn't it? Today, when you think about the players being kept behind, all the board being assembled, it's like Ron Burgundy with that horn, isn't it? It's like incompetent board, assemble. Everyone's off to Finch Farm. You know, it's just a terrible look for the football club.
Yeah.
It really is a terrible look for the football club. And, you know, part of me thinks now, we're sat here at, what time is it? It's 7:05 on Thursday night. He's probably going to be in charge for Chelsea, I think. And this, you know, might look absolutely stupid now when this video does go out. But
yeah, well, there's nothing to say that he's not going to be, is there?
Yeah. And then who's going to take training on Friday then? And then you've got a situation there where Silva's going to be potentially the manager on Saturday, and then we potentially go a goal down against Chelsea, and what's it going to be like in that ground then? It's going to be absolutely horrendous. And
I mean, we could capitulate.
Yeah,
Chelsea
they could,
quite easily.
They could. I do feel a little bit sorry for him in the sense that he should have been put out of his misery by now.
Yeah.
And I don't look at him as someone like Koeman was never really bought into the project at all. He was just happy to potentially have something on his resume to get him, a stepping stone to Barcelona. You look at Sam Allardyce and just him as a person and his core values just never gelled with the football club. He could have won every game, as far as I'm concerned, and I wouldn't have won him anywhere near the club based on what type of fella he is. I think those two checked out and weren't really that arsed by the end.
Yeah.
But I think it's still, you can see it's still hurting Silva, and still the players, maybe apart from last night, are still wanting to work for him to a degree. But it's just not work. It's just the whole thing's broken
completely.
It's complete, and it's not through want to try, and it's not through like wanting innovation or ideas or not want to play the right style of football. The whole thing is just broken. It's utterly broken, and for him to still be there when we're sat in 18th place in the Premier League table, it shows a lot of things about where we are. Probably too many things to go into in this video, but for me, it's just a lack of leadership from the top,
and accountability.
Yeah, from a business sense. And from a footballing sense as well. It's outrageous, it really, really is.
If we look forward to Saturday then, not look forward, look ahead to Saturday, because no one's looking forward to it. How does this team get picked up after that? Because if Marco Silva does get sacked tonight or tomorrow, which is seeming increasingly unlikely now, who comes in to do that job? Do we get Duncan Ferguson and everyone's sort of wish that he just punches the players into some sort of performance?
I think it would be Ferguson in charge, or Unsworth.
Yeah,
I don't know, he wouldn't have been working with the players day to day. We're looking at a situation now, we're early kick-off on Saturday. The players probably sat in this meeting now still not knowing who's going to take training tomorrow or who's going to be on the sidelines.
It's utterly bizarre, and the more I look at things like this, and the more indecision there is at the club, and the lack of accountability, it makes you think that we're actually one of those clubs who looks ripe for the drop now. We look absolutely ripe to go down because the whole thing is an absolute mess, and when clubs get in this sort of mess, it just like cascades down from the top across everything. Like, you look at things that have happened at Bolton, at Sunderland, what other teams have gone down big? Forest, Villa,
QPR.
They've all had massive problems as they scrounge around the bottom end of the Premier League. They go down and they just go into oblivion, and it's just like this could be the one.
It could be. I'm not being rude, but I'll on my phone there. I'm just checking that he's not gone. But I think that the worrying thing as well is that with the fixtures coming up, these players are low now. The run we're on, if we lose 5 out of the next 7 games or so and get knocked out the cup by Liverpool and all that again, the confidence could be so shattered that it's impossible to repair. And it's a point in the season which could just drop the morale to nothing. It could completely go, and they could lose faith in each other. They could lose faith in the manager, whether that be Silva still or a new man in charge. And it's hard to come back from that. It is really, really difficult, and just this block of games looks like it could be a killer. But you're right, mate. All the hallmarks are there. Players who don't really care, players who are happy in a comfort zone, indecision at the top of the club. I've seen a few people yesterday describing us as a bit of a Waitrose Sunderland in that regard, and it's hard to argue. It's really hard to argue, and it requires strong leadership, but I don't know where it's going to come from.
Because it doesn't seem like we've got it, does it?
No.
Anywhere, really, because
big dunk. I'm only joking, by the way, for anyone kicks off. My God.
Well, I think this is what we wanted from Brands, wasn't it? I think we thought he was going to come in. He knows the score. He knows what he's doing, and I think obviously we don't know the intricacies of anything, but I kind of like to think, well, if I was in his position now and it was such a shit show, I'd be really considering my job here and thinking, you know what, I might just fuck this off, because
he should be taking the lead on anything football related.
That's his job, isn't it? Literally.
I put out before, I didn't really see why Farhad Moshiri was down talking to the players today, and a lot of people got back to me and kicked off, sort of saying, it's his football club, he's put money in, he should be able to do there and go down and bollock them, but he's not been around football, and he's not he won't have liaised with many young footballers, and footballers are a bit of a unique case, aren't they? Because I think we all sort of think like we know them because we see them play every 2 weeks, but we don't know what resonates with 22, 23-year-old lads who've got more money than we can ever dream of.
How do you motivate a 22-year-old millionaire?
Yeah, well, certainly I don't think Farmashiri knows. But does Marcel Brands know? Someone who's been around football his entire life, someone who's done a good job at PSV Eindhoven in the past, someone who has clearly liaised with the players we brought in the summer and earned their faith. That feels like a more suitable person to go and speak to these lads than me. And I think people just want to bollock it at this time. They want players to have a kick up the arse and the frustrations out. But I think for me, the owner of a football club who's got very little experience dealing with professional footballers, the prospect of him going into that dressing room or Finch Farm, when we heard him say things about voodoo, and we've heard him say things when he's been on the phone to Jim White talking about giving intimate details out about transfers like Koulibaly and Ross Barkley, doesn't fill me with hope, to be honest. And
no,
I think in any situation for me, having someone who is at the top of the football club directly interfering with first team matters is never a good precedent to set. That never ever really works well.
No. Yeah, we're fucked.
What's the Score Championship edition next year?
Well, you get more editions of it.
Yeah, oh god, more games. Yeah. Hopefully people would be happy with that.
Well, yeah, more midweek matches, the lot. Alright then, quickly, what do you reckon on Saturday? I haven't got a clue. I can't even begin to process what might happen at this game.
They've looked good this season, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think they played well again against Villa in the week. God, I would love to be. I enjoyed the game against these so much last year.
Yeah.
Because we got battered in the first half, admittedly, but we get those 2 quick goals after half time. Ross Barkley gets hooked. Everyone sings to him.
It was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah. And when I saw this fixture, we had when I saw this fixture, we had the new rule changes. I had a great vision in my head of us playing Chelsea at home. The same thing happening again.
Oh yeah.
But Barkley is about to take a corner for them at the Glasgow Street end, and he's got to come off behind the goal
and
walk all the way around back to the dugout. I mean, can you imagine how good that would have been?
Oh.
I mean, obviously, I don't even think he's going to play. Never mind.
That would be so good. That would have been so good.
But it's hard to see our defence keeping them out. Abraham's matured, hasn't he, this year? Mason Mount looks a cracking player.
Yeah.
Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi. You've got Willian. Midfield looking really sharp. Zuma will be back as well, won't he? Of course.
He'll score a header.
Yeah, I struggle to see us getting anything. I think we might nick one, but probably 3-1 to them.
I was thinking exactly the same. 3-1.
We've got to get the first goal. Got to find a way somehow of getting the first goal. And if it is still, I think whoever's in charge of this game has got to just try and attack early on. There's no way we win this game by just sitting in and trying to contain them. You've got to get, because it's either a no-lose situation for Silva because he's going to be going soon anyway, or it's a no-lose situation for the new fella coming in because he's going to be in charge for one game, or the new fella who's going to potentially be here for a while because it's his first game in charge. You've got to go out and try and get the fans on side with a bit of a high intensity, get stuck in, try and start well. But if we just let them have the ball, then they'll just pick us off.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably what might happen. So 3-1 Chelsea, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with a pessimistic 3-1 as well. We obviously haven't got any fans bet odds again. But if you want to do want to put a bet on Everton for whatever reason, maybe put us to get beat 3-1 and soften the blow and have some spending money for Christmas, go to fansbet.com. While you're there, check out what to do for the fan initiatives. 50% of their profits go to fan initiatives up and down the country, and remember, do gamble responsibly. If you do any fans boost odds as well, it's a maximum stake of £25. I've remembered it all.
Yeah, they have got a market up on the next Everton manager. So
they have a look at that as well then. And I'd put my money on Marco Silva by the look of it. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere.
Danny Cannavaro,
Danny
tracking him.
Is he still 250?
Still 250 to 1, yeah.
Lash a ton on it, get him
Cads,
down.
Come on, Cads, yeah.
That's all lump on Cads.
Cads, yeah.
As long as he gets the dreadlocks back.
Get the dreads back, yeah.
All in.
All in for that.
Let's just go back to the 90s.
First a bit wild here. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
What a time to do it. We'll get this video out very quickly.
Yeah, he's gone. Right.
There we go. Yeah, we'll speak to you soon.
See you next time.